Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Let's talk about Power, Season 5, Episode 1. It's Mary Jane. Like, oh, it's going down this season, huh? So, it's just like, damn, Angela's at the crime scene and shit, and she don't supposed to be there. And, you know, she don't supposed to have a connection to Ray Ray, know anything about Ray Ray and doing an investigation or anything like that, because, you know, that's going to lead her back to James St. Patrick, and that's going to lead her back to Tasha and all the mess that she's been trying to cover up. So she's there at the scene, and, you know, she's talking to the guy that's in head of the scene, and he was like, so why are you here? You know, what brings you downtown? What brings you down to the hood? And so with that situation, it's just like, damn. And then you got the Eternal Fair lady. She shows up. Blanca, I think her name is Blanca, something like that. She shows up and she sees the red bottoms that Angela's wearing, her dressy shoes. She wants to know why she's there investigating this crime, because, you know, this is Eternal Fair's issue and he's just a police officer, and plus he's in the drug task force. And so she sees Angela and she finds out Angela don't want to even be in a report. So now she's looking at Angela sideways. Now Angela knows there's a 38 and she knows Tasha has a 38. And so she's thinking that it has to do with Ghost and, you know, Ghost and Tasha, that she, you know, was used to get the information, to get the drop on Ray Ray, to find out where he was, and they end up killing him, because a lot of people that she done told Ghost or Tasha about end up getting killed or Proctor. So now she's like, oh my God, I'm involved again. She thought that the slate was clear for her, but now it's not. So now she's going crazy. She's having all types of visions, and she's like, damn, this is all messed up. But she ends up talking to Tasha, and then Tasha lets her know that, hey, listen, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't James, because, you know, Angela feels like right now she has to put the drop on him, and she tells Tasha, I'm gonna put the drop on you, I'm gonna call the police, I'm gonna call the cops, and have you guys all arrested, because you guys gonna have me an accessory to a murder. You know, I told you where Ray Ray was. I told you Ray Ray possibly could have killed Raina and all this other stuff. And now, so then Tasha had no other choice but to tell her that Tariq actually killed, you know, Ray Ray. And she was, I mean, so she's just like, damn, she don't know what to do. And then she was like, well, they do have a record of your gun, Tasha, because your gun, you know, was seized when I searched your house the first time. And so then she was like, it's not all the way in the reports or whatever. It's just there. It has to be filed and sent and whatever. And so then that's when Tasha was like, yo, you got to do it. You got to delete it, man, because, you know, I'm trying to protect my kids, my family, and all this other stuff. So it's just like, damn, Angela and Tasha build a kind of a secret relationship that Ghost doesn't know anything about, or Tommy. So they're all keeping secrets. And so with this situation, it's like crazy right now. And so Angela doesn't know if she should delete it or not, because she wants to protect, you know, Ghost. I mean, not Ghost, but she doesn't want to protect Ghost, but she really does, because protecting Ghost's son is protecting her. And Angela feels guilty she feels like she broke up the family and all this other stuff. She feels like she's involved in it so much, so she has to do something. And so now she's fighting between whether she should, you know, delete the file or keep the file, because then they're going to trace that ballistic, that gun, that bullet back to Tasha. And Tasha thought she cleaned the scene up and she got everything, but she didn't, because the bullet is right in the wall. So, and then, you know, Tommy and Ghost didn't get everything. They didn't clean up the crime scene officially because they didn't have enough time to. So now this is going down. Like, so a lot of everybody's involved in like Ray Ray's murder, and Raina getting shot too. Like, they all know the information and not bringing it straight to the police. And Angela is the police. So now this is going down. This is crazy. And so, you know, Dre ends up showing up to the scene, and he sees the cops, he sees the police, he takes off, he calls Tariq ASAP. Tariq answers the phone, so now he knows Tariq is alive. And, you know, part of him, I think, wanted Tariq to get killed by Ray Ray, and then part of him doesn't, because he's still close to Tariq, but he knows that, you know, once Ghost finds out that he was involved and he knew about Ken and he knew about everything, that, you know, it's going to be it's going to be a warrant out for his life. There's going to be a bounty on his head. And so Tariq doesn't talk to him, because Tariq is kind of smart. He didn't talk to him on the phone. But Tariq is not loyal to his family anymore. He's loyal to Dre, because Dre treated him like an adult, treated him like a man, treated him like he knew something, like he was smart, other than his parents that keep lying to him and don't tell him the truth about what they really in and what they really involved, especially, you know, their driver being killed, Ken and son. So that's a problem, and that's a situation too as well. So now Dre doesn't trust, Tariq doesn't trust his mom or his father, but he trusts his Dre. Wrong person to trust. there's nobody you should really trust right now what's going on with this situation. So, it's like crazy. So now you have Dre, he goes to meet up with Cristobal and tell Cristobal that, like, hey, listen, there's some shit going on, man. But before then, we got Tasha. She's home. She's crying after she done met her with Angela. So she tells, Keisha, because Keisha was at the house. She told Keisha, if anybody asks you that me and Tariq was here all night. And Keisha was like, why? Or what? She doesn't know if she's going to do it yet. But she eventually she does, because Keisha wants to be involved in the loop. And she wants to know what's going on, because she doesn't want to be left out in the dark like she was when they was running drugs and doing all types of shit with her salon. And then she was under investigation too as well. So now, at the end, Keisha was like, okay, I'll keep your secret for you, Tasha. I got your back. So then after that, we have Cannon, we have Ghost, and we have Tommy. They're talking about they need to kill Dre. They need to remove him. They need to take him out. And so, Cannon is like, yo, listen, I can kill Dre because he thinks I'm dead and all this other stuff. But then that's when, Tommy was like, well, when his shooters doesn't come back, he's going to know that you're still alive. So they got to find a way to kill Dre and get to Dre. And, they're going to Tommy's house. And then, Ghost stops, Cannon was like, yo, you can't come in or whatever. And Cannon was like, yo, I got your back. Yo, listen, I'm here for y'all. And so Ghost is like, yo, you don't forgive nobody. You don't have no forgiveness in your heart, and you don't forget. And Ghost needs to keep that in mind, but he has Cannon all over the place with him, so it's a bad situation. And Cannon is going to come after Ghost at the end of the day. The questions that Cannon asks about Tariq to Tommy, like, how is Tariq doing, how's he feeling, how's he everything about Tariq. And so that's when Tommy was like, yo, we'll be cool if you stop with Tariq, if you leave Tariq alone, you stay away from him, and that's it, that's dead, because this is. And so Cannon was like, well, I saved his life. He was like, yeah, but it's your fault that all this shit happened. And so Tommy still got his eyebrows up towards Cannon, but he's not really paying attention to as well, because they got Cannon all in the mix. And Cannon, at the end of the day, he wants Ghost, and he wants Ghost's spot, and he's going to use Tariq to get there. And he wants to be in on a loop too, because he's going to turn on, James St. Patrick. He's going to turn on him. And so then after that happened, I'm just like, damn, they're going in. And so Cannon says to, Ghost, come on, let me in. We're going to kill this light-skinned ass nigga. So I thought that was funny too as well. So he lets them in. So he's in on the sequence. So we got Sax. Sax is talking to the girl with the pink sneakers on. And she actually was, the girl that Ghost had, tied up, whatever. He didn't kill her, but he killed her fiance. So she seen the TV interview or whatever. And she was like, I know that voice. Ghost is the same person as James St. Patrick. She told Sax. Sax was like, I knew it. Greg was right. And Tamika, the head of the FBI or whatever they are, she was like, okay, yes, that's good. And she was like, okay, I believe it too. Like, I trust, like, Tamika believes this girl, like she's telling the truth. And so that's when John Marks walks in, and they tell him the same information. He was like, well, she can't really identify Ghost. It's only on voice. Only can identify by his voice, and that's really nothing in court. We can't really go after James St. Patrick, because we keep going after him. They're going to think that we're doing prosecutorial, prosecution, like they are, harassing him. So, but John Mark, he's basically focused on Proctor, because he wants to get Proctor, because he has a vendetta with Proctor. He wants Proctor out the picture, and he's trying to prosecute him so he can lose his law license and all that other stuff, and Ghost can't go back to him. So now that's the issue. So if Proctor loses his license, then he's no good to Ghost anymore, and he has secrets where he can be killed too as well. And so John Marks wants him, and so Tamika feels a certain type of way about, Angela, because Angela, she was calling Angela all night, and Angela didn't answer the phone. She didn't pick up, so she was like, what's going on? And so she talks to Angela. Angela was like, oh, I fell asleep. As in the process, Angela was on her computer trying to delete the ballistics and of, Tasha's gun, but she didn't delete it. And so, Tamika was like, okay, all right, fine, then whatever. And so Tamika tells, Sax, don't tell Angela about the new witness, because, Angela was like, so why was you trying to contact me or whatever? What was the urgent matter? She was going, nothing, I forgot. So, So Angela should pick up on that, as they're trying to keep her out the loop. And so Tamika tells Sax, keep it between us, because we don't know what's really going on with Angela. So Angela got people that she's working with that thinking that she is bad for business. I'm like, whoa. And so moving on from that, I was like, damn. They're so crazy. It's just shit so crazy. So we got Dre. Dre ends up killing the priest because the priest doesn't want to go along with his plan and what he wants to do. So he kills him. And so now that shit is all messed up. And then going back from that, we have Cristobal and Dre. They have a conversation. Dre was like, yo, I think they know everything. I think, you know, Tommy knows about Julio. I think he knows that, you know, I set him up and Blase in the third. And he was like, I don't know. I know Tommy killed Julio. I know it wasn't Ghost. And he was like, and then so Cristobal was like, my shooters, my hitters didn't come back. So now they both know that, you know, Cannon's alive. And so now that's the problem too as well. And it was like, we need to come up with a plan to set up, you know, Ghost and Tommy and Cannon, because Cannon is Cannon's coming from them, and he's scared of Cannon the most because he knows where his daughter's at, he knows his information, and he was like, and plus he survived all these attacks and he's still alive. So they're gonna come up with a plan to try to kill all three of them. And so Cristobal was like, well, let's just get the cartel involved. Let's just, you know, tell. And so that's when, you know, Dre was like, nah, I told Elisa and I told Diego that I got everything under control. There's no problems or whatever. So let's handle this. Let's have a setup. And so they're going to use the priest's murder to set up, you know, Tommy, and set up, you know, Cannon and Ghost. So it's like shit. And so, you know, Dre uses this little kid to go talk to Tommy, and this kid pulls up on Tommy. He's a good actor. I like the way that he acts. And he was just like telling, you know, you the one that drives the Mustang. Well, I'm his father, Blase the third, father of the priest. He told me if anything ever happened to him to come to you to tell you what was going on. And so he was like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, he's not here anymore. He's dead. And they both was like, yo, he's the only white man we ever trusted that never did anything wrong to them. And they both agreed. And it was like, yeah, he was a good priest and all this other stuff. So, you know, Tommy's like, so what's going on? What do you know, kid? And the kid was like, yo, I heard it has something to do with the new Connect. The new Connect has something to do with it. And so then Tommy's smoking his cigarette and he's upset, and the kid is acting great. This kid is a good actor. We're going to see this kid in other films and things like that. So now, you know, Tommy's got all types of emotions going on. He wants to get Dre, and like they're all getting played because Dre has learned from them. Dre has learned from Cannon. He has learned from Ghost, and he's learned from Tom. He's learned from the best. So now he's using everything they taught him against them, and plus he's from the streets anyway. And now he has the cartel behind him. So this shit is going down. Ghost should have never tried to get out the game, and Tommy messed up by trusting Dre. But Tommy trusted Dre because, you know, Ghost trusted Dre. So this is going down. And so moving on from that, I'm just like, damn. So now they got a setup. They setting them three up. They setting Tommy, Ghost, and Cannon up. They gonna get them. I was just like, damn. And so now we get to the funeral. Now we get to the church or whatever. Tommy's there, Cannon's there, you know, Ghost is there, Tasha's there, and also Tariq is there. So they go inside the church, and, you know, Tasha's feeling a certain way about the church and press and things like that. She don't know the people at the church. She don't know the pastor. She just feel like this is too big of her ride. It's not intimate enough or whatever. And so Councilman Tay was like, yo, you know, the world needs to know. Councilman Tay is putting on his charm. He's doing his thing. He's acting well too as well. And he was like, this is a good place. This is a good thing. We're going to have press here. This and that. Everybody gets the view. We need somebody to do the eulogy. Tariq, do you want to do the eulogy? And there was like, you know, Tasha and Ghost is like, nah. Tariq was like, yes, I want to do it because he feels guilty as well, so that's why he wants to do it. But it also seemed like Councilman Tate has something up his sleeve by putting Tariq right in front of the media, because the media is going to be there. And then on top of that, I think Councilman Tate knows what's going on with Ghost, Cannon, and Tommy, you know, with Ray in that situation, because Councilman Tay is with the police. He's with the street people. He's with the gang people. He knows what's going on in his community, in his neighborhood, and what's going on in other places, because that's his job to do that. So he can have bribes and things like that going on. But, you know, Ghost has to use the church because him and, you know, Councilman Tay made an agreement, made a deal last season, and Councilman Tay also helped, you know, Ghost get out of his contract agreement with the former club owner and helping him, you know, do things like that and buy property and stuff like that. So, and making his name clear and getting loans and stuff like that. So Ghost has no other choice but to follow with Councilman Tate. But Tasha doesn't know another secret that's being kept. So Tariq is going to do the eulogy. So, but I think there's kind of like a setup that, you know, Tariq is going to be on camera. He's going to be focused on. So, especially while they're doing an investigation with Ray Ray, and they still investigated Raina's death. So, this is going to be very, very bad for Tariq to be all posted. And that's what, and I believe that's why, you know, Ghost and Tasha was like, no, and they looked at each other, even though they know that Tariq was not that close to his sister as well. But, you know, he killed, you know, Ray Ray. They want to keep this shit on the low. They don't want, you know, no media, no nothing going on. And so Keisha, she actually says that she's going to protect Tasha and keep that secret, whatever. And so, you know, Ghost is trying to sit down, you know, Tariq and talk to him and ask Tariq what was going on. Tell me information. Tell me everything that's going on. So he was like, yes, you know, Dre knew about Cannon the whole time that he was there, and he was there from the Jump Street, and Cannon had him doing this, doing that, and Dre knew, but Dre was trying to tell me not to hang out with them, not to be around Ray Ray, not to be this. He had my back, but Ghost is not trying to hear anything good about Dre, because Dre tried to kill, you know, everybody. Dre tried to take over the business. Dre is trying to, you know, outsource, you know, Tommy and Ghost, and outplay them and outsmart them and take over their business and be the head man, the head honcho. So right now his focus is totally on killing Dre. He's not focusing on K. He's not focusing on K at all, on Cannon at all. He's not focusing on him, not knowing that he has a snake. He has a snake with him. He has somebody that could eventually wants to destroy him with him, but he has no other choice. So he has to use what he has to use, because he got himself out the street. So. So Tariq is not really telling what's going on. Tariq was just like, yo, I blackmailed Dre to tell me where Ray Ray was so I can kill him. And come on, Dad, what would you do? And he was like, what do you mean, what would I do? And so, you know, Ghost is upset. Ghost is mad. But Tariq is trying to tell him that, hey, listen, Dre helped me because I wanted to kill this dude. And I blackmailed him to tell him that I told him that I was going to tell you that he knew about Cannon the whole time and everything that was going down. And so Ghost is still not trying to hear him. He goes, yo, he set you up, man, to get killed by Ray Ray. Of course he wanted him to die with to get killed by Ray Ray, or Ray Ray get killed. Either or, one of them die is all good on his part. It's all good on Dre's part. But he probably wanted, you know, Tariq dead too as well, so he can't snitch on him, he can't blackmail him. And then on top of that, with that situation going on, Tariq doesn't see that he was probably set up to as well, because this man that killed your sister, he's a cop, and Tariq knows all this, but Tariq felt like he had the juice to kill him, and he did kill him, so it went down. So Ghost feels like it was all a setup to get his son killed, and somebody should have talked to him. Tariq should have talked to him, but he hasn't been close to Tariq at all. He's been worrying about Angela and worrying about turning over a new leaf and moving far away and open up clubs and just moving on with his life. And Tasha's been after, you know, Ghost for cheating, and after Angela, and then she's been cheating herself. But Tariq feel like he was just lied to. Like, his family won't tell him like the intimate details of what they're doing, because, you know, the driver getting killed, which is Cannon's son, and all the stuff that went on, that they keep acting like everything's all good. So he feels a certain type of way, but Dre makes him feel like he's a human being. Dre makes him feel like he's an adult, which that's all he has to take to do. That's all that happens. That's all a motherfucker got to do to get your kids. Make them feel like they're special and they're important. So it's like, damn. But so Ghost was like, yo, you stupid, you don't understand, it's your fault that your sister's killed. Because yes, if Tariq would have told them, you know, Tommy and, you know, Ghost could have took care of the situation, and if Tariq wasn't hanging around and drinking lean and hanging out with Ray Ray and doing all his crimes and committing, but he felt like an adult, he felt like he got attention, and Cannon made him feel important. So Ghost and Tasha, they start arguing. Ghost blames her, and she blames Ghost. And so about, you know, Raina getting killed, that they're both, that, you know, Ghost is saying she's an absentee parent. She's saying, Ghost, you're an absentee father. So then Tasha meets up with Angela, and basically Angela's going to delete the file. And Tasha was like, yo, listen, this is your fault. You know, you have something to do with this. Like, you know, and so Tasha was just like, I'm over Ghost. I'm over you and Ghost. You gave me Ghost back you took Ghost twice from me, then you gave him back to me. I don't care about that situation with Ghost. I lost my daughter and I got 2 kids I gotta raise. I don't care anymore. I need this done, and you need it done for yourself. You gotta do this for yourself too as well, because Angela's deeply involved. She's a part of the situation. So they have this little powwow. So, but in 2 powwows Angela and Tasha has had. So Angela deletes the file. I was like, damn, Angela, you going, and you really protecting Ghost. Ghost must have laid it down. So moving on from that, I'm just like, damn, shit is crazy. And so they meet up to the warehouse to meet, Dre and whatever. So it's a setup. And it was like crazy that Dre was able to shoot, Ghost. So like that's like a sign, like, damn, Dre is on the money. Like, he shot Ghost. And so then Cannon pulls up and he saves Ghost and he saves Tommy. But Cannon and Tommy have a talk, and they're like, yo, they make fun of, Tommy a little bit, talking about Tommy, like, having this white dude that he brung around or whatever. He's like, look, there's a white dude in the hood just like me. And the white dude was calling was calling Cannon and calling Ghost, niggas and stuff. And he was like, Tommy didn't know whether to beat him up or call us niggas too. And it was like, Tommy always needed somebody to protect him, somebody to look out for him. And so Cannon was like, so what do you think about these white boys, these Italian boys? And Ghost, do you think they got Tommy's back? And Ghost was like, nah, I don't think they do. But do they have Tommy's back? They have his back as long as Tommy is useful to them. But as long as Teresi wants his money, Teresi wants to be involved, Teresi still wants, to be in the streets. And Teresi wants his wife to be taken care of because she's sick and she got cancer, and he needs that money and all this other stuff. And he helped out Ghost too as well. So it seems like right now that they're good with him. But I think Tommy done messed up that situation. So they go to the warehouse and things happen like that. So they're making it seem like Tommy always needs somebody to take care of him. So Tommy right now, he's becoming a new Tommy where he's not going to have anybody to take care of him. He's going to take care of himself. And plus, he's not going to probably have anybody to turn to him pretty soon, because the Italians are possibly going to come after Tommy. And so moving on from that, so it was a no-go. Dre did, so Tommy, Cannon, and Ghost realized that they were set up and it was perfect. And they realizing that, damn, this kid is outsmarter than us. He's being way smarter than us. And so you have that situation. Now we have Proctor. Proctor, he helps Ghost because Ghost called him and got a doctor to take care of him, to take the bullet or whatever and patch him up. And Proctor was like, yo, listen, I don't got my license. Don't talk about killing people. Cannon's there. Proctor was like, I don't even know who this dude is. Like, don't be talking about committing crime because I don't have my law license right now. So I'm a civilian. Anything that you say to me can be protected or whatever. And so Ghost is looking at him like, yo, dude, I'll kill you right now. And then Tommy was like, we family, right? We family, right? And she was like, yeah, we family. And so he's going to go take care of his business. But now Cannon knows who the lawyer is. Angela, he knows everything. And so when Cannon gets ready to bring down Ghost, he's going to be able to. I'm like, damn. So then moving on from that, so Ghost is okay. Ghost goes home. He takes a shower and he cries. And that was a good scene of him crying. And he just made me remorseful. Him losing his daughter, no relationship with his son. He can't get shit right. He lost Angela. There's just stuff that keeps going and keep going. And Ghost is getting deeper and deeper, especially with Councilman Tay, especially just with everything, letting go of the drugs and trying to get a clean profile. It seems like it's not going his way. His daughter getting killed. He just feeling that fault for a lot of situations too as well. So that was a deep moment, him crying or whatever. Tasha sees the bullet wound. She was like, what's going on? She was like, yo, dude, I need you. I can't raise these 2 kids by myself. Well, you've been raising them by yourself. And, but, Ghost financially helps. And so it's just like, damn, Tasha was like, I got your back, baby. And Ghost is just like sleeping on the couch and they still ain't together. He ain't feeling none of this shit. He ain't feeling none of this shit. And so then moving on from that, it's just like, damn, so Dre is just ready to do his thing. He's ready to take them out. He's ready to kill him. And so Dre killed the pastor. I was like, damn, Dre, you crazy. And so Angela, after Proctor leaves, James St. Patrick, a Ghost, Angela shows up at Proctor's house and Proctor's apartment trying to talk to him like, yo, how come you asked me to testify for you because Ghost was innocent? I can be a character witness. I can do this and do that. And Proctor was like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, you're not a good character witness. Like, your conflict of interest. Everything with you is bad for business. And she was like, yo, I can help you out. He was like, no, I don't want to have to owe you or repay you, because he just sees Angela as bad news. But he knows that she did help Ghost, but he doesn't want no ties to her. He does, because now, and then also, Angela tells him that John Marks has a hard-on for him and wants him. And so Proctor is figuring out that Angela's there to get information, and Angela she has a vendetta too with John Marks, but Proctor was like, I don't want nothing to do with this. I just want my license. But at the end of the day, Proctor is going to need Angela. Angela's going to need Proctor, especially with erasing stuff and getting away with that, 38 caliber bullet and deleting it. And Angela needs alibis too as well. And it's just alibis for herself and phone conversations, and she's going to need a lot coming up, that she didn't delete this file, because this is crazy. I don't know if they can look it up or they can find it, but you have the what's her name, Blanca, the internal affairs office, chasing after Angela. She feels like Angela's up to no good and Angela's doing something wrong, and Angela's trying to hide stuff, because she asked Angela, have you talked to Ray Ray? Have you ever had a conversation with him? Have you interviewed him? She was like, no, I haven't, and I was just there because, I just wanted to be on the scene or whatever. And so Angela just blew off the internal affair lady or whatever. But now the lady that's in internal affairs goes to see Ray Ray's niece, and she sees Angela Valdez's car. So now she knows that Angela's lying to her. So now she's going to be looking at the record. She's going to be looking at the file. She's going to be going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and it's going to hurt Angela at the end. And so the girl that Ray Ray's cousin that Tariq slept with, she's all alone by herself. I wonder if Tariq and her ever going to hook up again. Anything going to happen with that situation? She's trying to collect her cousin's benefits, Ray Ray's benefits and stuff like that. And so the Eternal Fair lady was like, well, only way you can collect if he's not a dirty cop, and right now it looks like he's a dirty cop. So, but the cousin already know that shit, so this shit is going down. I'm just like, damn. So Tommy, he goes to see the Italians or whatever, and he goes with, one of the, Teresi's head men to meet with Vince, and Vince is like, yo, I help you out, I'll do whatever, sell these drugs or whatever. And so become partners, because Tommy doesn't have anybody to put the weight and the drugs out on the street, because his whole team kind of like has turned against them and he can't trust them. But the problem is when Tommy enters the scene, he finds out that the two Italian guys working on their car are actually the best shooters or whatever. So Tommy was like, damn, I need shooters. And so Tommy makes a deal with Vince and everything's cool, but Tommy goes outside and talks to the two shooters and contracts them for $80,000 and to kill, to actually get Dre and bring Dre to him. And they was like, yo, we can't do no business without letting Vince know, because Vince is our boss. And then Tommy convinces him to do that, and then they get killed because so they realize, so Tommy, Cannon, and Ghost realized, like, we'll have the Italians and the black hitters go after Dre and get him, but they're not able to get Dre. Dre gets a phone call from Tariq. Tariq lets him know that, hey, listen, run, they're coming after you. Now we at the funeral part, because what happens is Tommy tells, Ghost, hey, listen, they come, we got him, we got sights on Dre. So when Tariq goes up to do the eulogy, he stops in the middle of the eulogy, start crying, and runs outside, and he goes and he calls Dre, because Dre is his newfound friend. So it is what it is with that situation. But you also have the lawyer Terry watching. This is all can be in a timeline too as well. And then having Tommy at the funeral was bad. And also when Councilman Tay wouldn't let Tommy sit with the family, I was like, damn, why? Because he's white? It's like, that is going to look weird, because people's going to ask questions about Tommy. Who's this white guy with this black family, blase and third? And, Tommy's in the streets and everybody knows that. So, and so does, Councilman Tay. He was like, nah, you push your ass to the back, man. You're going to cause problems. So, damn, it goes down like that. I'm just like, damn. So, I know them two shooters getting killed, trying to get Dre, Vince is going to be upset about it, because he didn't ask for their permission, and then he went behind his back. So, he might steal Tommy's drugs, or he might come after Tommy, and Tommy has to choose the streets. you know, over everything, because now he's going to have to protect his life. So it seems like it's going to be some shady shit that's probably going to go on with the Italians. And then Tommy accidentally trying to contract these guys and trying to handle things on his own without thinking is going to be a problem, because now they dead. And also the guy that was with, you know, Tommy when he went to go see Vince to get help from the Italians and, you know, do that deal for like the guy takes 75% of, you know, the profits or whatever. Teresi's, you know, right-hand man seen him talk to him, so he might use that to blackmail Tommy or send that information to Teresi. So there's gonna be some situations going on with that. And so, you know, they tried to kill Dre, but they wasn't able to kill Dre because, you know, Tariq let him know. It's like, I thought Dre was gonna get killed, but it'd be so crazy if Dre gets killed right away when we know how smart Dre is now. We see the play moves that Dre is making, so you know, he's not a dummy, and he's smart business wise and street wise, and now he has the cartel on his side. So after he gets away from getting killed, you know, he shot them 2 shooters quick. Tommy should have just told the 2 shooters to kill Dre. Why do you want to keep Dre alive? Why do you want to talk to Dre? You should just kill him. So he did it. You snooze, you lose. They had their chance to light him up and they didn't. So it went down like that. So it's a bad situation. So moving on from that, you know, Dre comes around and he was like, he finds out that, and so we got Tasha kissing, you know, Terry at the funeral place or whatever, making up with him, and he realized that Tasha's protecting somebody, but he thinks that she's protecting Ghost, but no, she is protecting her son. And so now moving on from that situation, we have, you know, Tasha getting caught kissing him, and then Terry has some information. He's going to realize the time, and he's going to probably realize that it was actually Tariq that killed, you know, Ray Ray, especially if they find the ballistics. That's going to be the crazy thing. They find the ballistics. I'm just like, damn. And so now moving on from that, we got Dre. He comes up looking like the Grand Reaper while Ghost is standing over the body of his daughter and was like, yo, stay in your lane. Don't fuck with me. Don't mess with me. Like, yo, I'm the man now. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Like, don't mess with me. Like, yo, stay in your lane. You do what you need to do. Or I got the cartel with me. The Jimenez or whatever, Diego, whoever they are, I got them with me, and they will kill you and your family. You'll be standing at this gravesite again. And he gives him the card, La Hamana, La something like that. And so Tommy gets a card too. Cannon gets a card. And Cannon part was funny when he was getting in the car and the girl was like, open the door. He was like, bitch, what's wrong with your hand? But she wasn't saying open the door for me. I locked the car, and then Cannon started laughing, and he sees on his windshield that there's a card there. So now they all flagged for life right now to get killed. So so what are they gonna do now? How are they gonna get the cartel on their side? Are they gonna get another cartel? How are they gonna kill the cartel? Because this cartel has nothing but power. Peace. I'm out. One love.